sure
Things
that
galore.
Bees?
Let the things do the things, and then we will thing this out.
Yes. There must be maximum amounts of things that operate within this podcast. And welcome everyone to Animesplaining. Hopefully this is some people's first, because we are watching a thing that is more successful than even I thought it would, and I gave a box office that was double what I thought it would be for a second.
Did it beat The Conjuring? I assume it did.
It got $70 million.
No, but did that beat The Conjuring?
Yeah,
I
it
know
didn't beat The Conjuring in its first weekend, but it beat it in the second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone that saw The Conjuring saw it in that first week, apparently. And then they just all decided to go to Demon Slayer. But yes, we saw Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, a movie that I definitely have some thoughts on, but we never really introduce ourselves on this thing. So I am the anime expert here, the host of the podcast, the one the channel belongs to. I am Tony, purveyor of, I don't know, fucking anime breathing, as much as I dislike.
Purveyor of pain
Yeah.
for me.
Yep, and then the Hashira of football breathing everything telestrator and gambling. It is Joey.
Gamble.
Because you can't watch football for more than 30 seconds without getting gambling.
That doesn't mean I act in accordance with it.
No, but you breathe it, so like second form is a DraftKings ad.
Oh, that's football watching. Eighth form. Eagle claw. Jalen Hurts. Push. Yes.
Football breathing ninth form. Go Birds.
Grease lamppost attack.
Brooklyn, you don't need to sit off to the side and be weird. You can say hi. Oh, and then she ran away.
Yep. And then finally, the purveyor of, I forget what we even said. Oh yes, the person who was actually trained by Channing Tatum, to the point that he said, like, hey, want to bang my daughter? It's Marlon. Not actually his anime daughter and his anime self. Because Channing Tatum does actually have a daughter, and it's apparently the one who convinced him to do this role.
Did she voice the daughter in the movie too?
No.
That'd be cool.
Nope.
Anyway, I decided I'm Hashira of metal breathing. This is hard as it gets.
Yeah, that's why we call him the Full Metal Samurai, to fit in with Full Metal Alchemist that we're watching as well.
Which is way better than
See you,
this.
Brooklyn.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I might as well make my statement right off the bat, because this is the working hypothesis that I have for this movie, or the working statement, that a lot of people like this movie, 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, 98% audience rating, made $70 million when it was expected to do 22, and then after the first day went so much that Sony was like, oh, actually we're kind of projecting between like 46 and 60, but we'll be on the low end at 40. There's no way an anime movie's doing this well, and then it makes $70 million.
Where did that come from? I didn't know it had that many fans. They had to be pure fans, because there was no marketing.
I told you both. Like, did people dress up at either one of your guys'?
I had.
Grown-woman.
Yep, I had a Zenitsu and a Tanjiro's sister.
I had a Tanjiro, full-grown woman dressed as Tanjiro, right next to me the entire time.
I had
hyped up, napping at all the right parts.
The entire theater leaving the show before me, and then the whole row in front of me at the showing I was at I can't tell you who they're dressed up as. They're just dressed in kimonos with fake swords and again, like, bouncing knowledge of the show off each other. Which
once again,
made me,
what am I doing here? I have not the audience.
Why does something so simple as people just talking about something they like just fill me with rage? I don't know.
You're a terrible person.
It's a problem for me.
I But anyway, my working statement on this movie. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle shows that the team has forgotten how to format a movie like a movie and ultimately hurts the product as a whole. The segmenting of the plot kills the momentum of the story overall and causes the movie to be formatted like a wrestling event than a movie. That is that is roughly how I feel about Demon Slayer Infinity Castle.
I would say that's why Marlon and I and this other person I know all fell asleep.
Yeah.
Because like you don't.
It was nothing but white noise.
You don't build and build and build. Like it would be like if say Return of the King. So like if Lord of the Rings Return of the King, like multiple events didn't happen within that last battle of Helm's Deep. What is the
Manus Tirith?
Manus Tirith, thank you. Like you have these events now, like if only one was broken up into each and every single regimented part, and it was only focused on one character. Now we'll focus on Aragorn. Now we'll focus on the King of Rohan and his family. Now we'll focus on Frodo instead of like mixing them into one big bag and having them reach a similar climax.
Yeah. Instead of cutting between characters, just here's their entire story. Now let's move on to the next person. Just forget you saw all of that. Okay. Yes, now we're talking about this guy. Cool.
Yeah.
30, 45 minutes.
I do not understand how they fumble that this much. Because Mugen Train is, like, Joey, you watched the, like, season version of it, which is wrong, but you did so anyway. but if you watch Mugen Train as a movie, it's formatted like a movie. The backstories as they enter the dream world, as well as the fights, are kind of interlaced between each other, so you understand what these characters are doing at any given time, and it's going through it so your rising action is happening for each character in your A, B, and C plot all together. You have your climax all together, and then you have your extra Akaza fight at the very end because we need to end this on a sour note. And it works for what it is. Yeah. In this one, they're immediately starting like at 11. It reminds me a lot of like Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, where it's like, oh, here's this big action scene. And
you mean part one? Then the rest is just like, let's camp in the woods.
Yep, and then the rest is camping. Except this isn't camping. Like we get our opening match, really, and in which case it's like, oh, Demon Slayer has learned something because suddenly one demon gets all of his gravitas back by actually winning a fight for once.
Yeah.
But
I feel bad going to this because I do have to ask this. Do we know who those two characters he kills are? They're the insect, but I don't remember them.
See,
I feel bad.
I'll go into that a little bit because it's another failing that I think this does. So Shinobu is the insect Hashira. The last time we have seen her fight, other than the Hashira training arc where they kind of give everyone an episode, was way back in the Spider Family arc back in season 1.
Yeah.
So
my reaction was, we have an insect Hashira? No.
So, but I mean, in defense, that means something to a dedicated fan. But you have to be pretty dedicated.
It does, but if I'm formatting this as a writer and understand that I'm going to do this move where it's like, okay, I've had the demons lose pretty much every fight between then and now I need a Hashira to beat. I want to do a good wrestling booking thing of making you understand who this character is and how powerful they are. I don't know why you don't just swap Shinobu with Kanroji, the one who like single-handedly takes down a demon in the Swordsmith Village arc. The boob Hashira.
There we go. Okay.
Isn't she supposed to be the love interest at some point though? Isn't that Tanjiro's love interest?
No, Tanjiro's love interest is the insect Hashira's understudy. The one who's going to be fighting Doma, the upper 2 guy.
So now you gotta believe like this upper 2 that just like Okay.
Well, it's
Just demolished it into Hashira.
it's another handicap match because she fights him alongside Inosuke.
But still, like the Inosuke is still a relatively new Hashira. Like Tanjiro, who we believe again is the strongest of the three of Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Tanjiro, and he still has to fight along this seasoned vet to beat Akaza, who's the number 3. Now we're talking about these relatively like newer, not as skilled people will beat the number 2. The way
One's
we
not even a
established
Hashira.
this rank.
Just some guy with a pig head.
Just a dude.
Some dude in the woods. Just some guy with no shirt.
Well, he's been training too, supposedly. Like, we see him in the woods.
I mean, they're all training too.
Yeah.
Like it's. I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like these are my from an entertainment value. Like, I don't know. Like there are parts I think the Zenitsu story actually like endeared me to him a lot more. I've criticized Zenitsu throughout this show, but that's actually my favorite part of the movie. Is his that story for them. Like,
the movie needed
I thought
more
that
than
was
Inosuke. Like those two carried the show for me.
We get Inosuke very briefly. We get him running down a hallway, basically.
Yeah. Like a
same with like what's her face? The sister, Nezuko. You barely get her.
Yeah, she's just asleep. He's just napping like she has been for 75% of the series.
She shows up like, I forgot she was here. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
she was involved in this.
I was making a joke with Marlon after he saw it. It's like Tanjiro says in the Spider Family arc, it's like the bond between Nezuko and I can never be severed, not by anyone. And then she just takes a nap in literally the final arc.
That would be cool.
Hasn't
like,
she been like a face in a hole this whole time? Like she'll get really angry and really buff and really big and be like this big moment, and that just doesn't happen this time. He's not.
I mean, we know how it's going to end because she's the demon that can walk in sunlight. So she's gonna kill Muzan Kibutsuji by like basically walking him into the daytime, and she'll survive.
That'd be crazy. I hope so. If she just grabs him and just walks out in the broad daylight. It's that simple.
So, Joey, your favorite fight of the 3 was the Zenitsu one?
Me? So, okay. One, I like the first one. I like the first one because the win, and they needed that in this movie. Because again, you got to raise the stakes, and just having him just not even eating her, just absorbing her.
Yeah.
I tried not to laugh.
Just gives her an Akira hug.
Yeah.
But
I feel bad at that point.
The problem is, I saw some of the Akaza fight against the other two, but that was a large part where I fell asleep. So I because again, like I fell asleep throughout the beginning where like Akaza's moving so quickly and they're like basically like comparing speed to each other. Like, oh, you move fast, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden, I come back to, and they're telling Akaza's backstory.
Yep, like, for 35 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, keep in mind that, like, and that's that's the main thing that kills the momentum in this is you have this big Akaza fight where, like, any writer or director worth their salt would intersperse the flashbacks into the fight scene. I mean, that, like, we have an anime movie that did that and actually did very well with it to the point that they literally only do it once in the movie and then don't do it again, and I just wanted more of that, and that was Creed 3.
Creed 3 was a better anime than this movie somehow.
Yeah, when he's like punching him and like suddenly like cell bars come down and things like that. It's like, you know, like this is a movie where there's like Naruto posters everywhere, so it's like, oh yeah, you're obviously saying your inspiration here. But the fights were not like you're just watching a fight, and yeah, it's like, okay, so if you're watching a wrestling match, do you really want them to go to a video package in the middle of it? And no, but that's wrestling, and this is anime, and they're two different things.
At the same time, go ahead, Marlon.
I was gonna say the same thing, bringing the video package thing, even having all this stuff, not even interspersed, have it before the fight, so there's some kind of setup. Even that I would have appreciated. Instead of halfway, I'm kind of going, now who's this guy?
Yeah, someone gets hit
Why
with a
should I-
finisher and then they go into. Imagine that first, like, John Cena versus The Rock, like, once in a lifetime match. Like, The Rock hits him with one rock bottom, and then suddenly you bring out MGK and like, in Flow Rider to do that like very long opening segment in that WrestleMania. I want to re-edit that now, the Demon Slayer cut of WrestleMania 28.
But like, didn't the Zenitsu fight do that?
Yes.
Like, I feel like, because I was gonna say, like, I feel like during their fight, and then they told the story in flashback throughout the fight to tell the story between these two and how they were basically on this collision course throughout their life. Like, that's what made it enjoyable. So I then it's tough to not agree with you that, like, why did this part do well, but they failed so miserably at the end for what is supposed to be your.
I think it's because Zenitsu's rival is a new character as of this arc. Like, you only hear about him, but it's like, who the hell is this guy? And it's like, oh yeah, we need to explain him. And I mean, it's also hurt by the fact that Zenitsu has been completely forgotten about for 2 separate arcs. Like, he just hasn't been around. So, and granted, he doesn't really do anything when he is around in the previous ones, but, like, at least, like, give us an idea that he's working on, like, souped up, like, thunder breathing technique, or, like, just can't utilize the other 5 arts of thunder breathing or whatever.
Yeah. Just got to put the move out of his ass and just said, I've been working on this whole time. All right, I believe you. Whatever.
This is how you punch someone. Here are the 5 other ways you punch someone. I've only mastered the one way, and I'm only doing it. Okay, but again, I mean, I criticize that, but like I said, that was, to its defense, that is my favorite part of the movie. Now, here's the other thing that I can ask you both, like, going to movie theaters, though, too. This has a 2.5-hour runtime. Is it not also hurt, like, AMC theaters playing half an hour's worth of previews right beforehand when you already know that you're in for a marathon?
Oh, I got an uncommon number of previews even at Draft House.
You got it. As AMC warns you, it's going to be like 25-30 minutes of previews. You could just skip it. That's what I did. I came in when it was like just about over. I'm not sitting there for 3 hours watching this. Insanity.
Draft House is really funny because obviously you show up at Draft House about 30 minutes early because you have the pre-show. And it's obvious that everyone on the, like, Draft House, like, pre-show team are millennials because everything that they're playing beforehand are previews to, like, anime from the early 2000s. So I got Full Metal Alchemist, I got D. Gray Man, I got Dragon Ball Z. And then I got a bunch of, like, YouTube videos of people playing, like, Demon Slayer opening themes. That was really what Alamo Draft House's, like, opening was.
Like, maybe you like Demon Slayer? You'd enjoy these good anime.
Because I get salty because I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, not until the movie starts. I'm not digging into my popcorn. I'm not eating my candy. Not even going to drink this pop. And it was like, just freaking go already so I can just dig my hand and take a handful of freaking popcorn.
Just flies swarming your popcorn waiting for it to stop.
Probably.
So, is there a movie that is formatted like this that works? Where it's like where it's completely segmented out. Is there even a movie that's formatted like this that exists? The most I could think of was Sin City, but even that does at least a little bit of a halfway, like, wink at you that these characters exist amongst each other by, like, showing you characters during others' story. But there's...
And they open with one and end with the same one, so they're, like, it's not just a... Like, they still open and end with the Bruce Willis story. So it gives you the illusion of coming full circle.
And it's not even just that. Each story is an actual story. Like, start to finish is a beginning, middle, and end for each segmented story. This was just fight, and that's it. Just here's a fight, and here's a little bit of backstory, and the fight's over. It's a WrestleMania card, like Tony described. It's just wrestling.
Yeah, it's
You're
just
just here to see a match. It's like I'm watching AEW. I don't know who these wrestlers are, but I have to get invested into this match. Like, all right, cool. It was a good match, I guess. I still have no clue who these guys are.
I'm trying to think
If
of
you
like
if you're not a fan of Demon Slayer already, this movie's gonna do nothing for you. So I don't know how it made so much money. I don't know if it was just pure fan base or what. Because if you're a stranger coming in off the street to watch it, you are lost. You're done.
yeah, I think it's just
There's no
anticipation.
understanding it.
I think it's just the understanding that this thing was coming out. This is the final like culminating season of Demon Slayer, and people are just really excited for it. So people are willing to go spend their money. One thing that's being noted is that Gen Z apparently likes going to movie theaters. That's a thing that like
That's their hipster thing.
people
Yeah.
are actively
I
studying.
mean, what kid doesn't want to get out of the house and get away from their parents?
Yeah, and obviously, Gen Z people are like in their mid-20s now. So.
Yeah.
So,
You're bringing up Gen Alpha.
dang it.
Time is going fast. This is really annoying.
I will give the movie this too, and I don't often say this about anything, especially because we're in the anime. But I hear you both say this a lot. The animation is cool. Like
Sweet.
the animation, like watching them run through even the Infinity Castle. Although that does remind me, those crows giving the constant updates is so goddamn dumb.
Everyone's giving constant updates.
Destroy number 3.
No, and that's
Like,
like the crows are something you can actually use as a plot point, though. Like, imagine a better movie. It's Joey. We've said this before when seeing movies. Like, you can be a bad movie or you can be a good movie. The most damning thing you can be is a mediocre movie, and that's what this is at the end of the day. It's mediocre, and
Yes.
therefore you just
Absolutely.
you see all like they have all the pieces there, and they just decided to kind of like mash them with their hands and not really do anything with them, rather than actually put the puzzle together. But it's like, okay, so you have all the elements, like you have these 3 fights going on, you can legitimately start them all at once, but you end the Shinobu fight first, kind of in the middle to end of Act 2, and then suddenly, while in the midst of the fight of their life, Zenitsu and Tanjiro hear a crow going like, oh, by the way, a Hashira just died. And that set stinks. That tells them something.
Yeah. Did anyone even respond to that? Really? Like,
No,
sucks.
they
Nothing.
just
busy.
yeah, they just run, and it's just like, oh,
Like, if they don't care, why should I care? I already knew this woman. Like,
yeah,
people who knew her didn't even respond.
yeah. Either Shinobu should have been the like Hashira character that was in Swordsmith Village, or it should have been Kanroji who got killed and absorbed in this one.
Yeah.
Like, if you need to kill your female Hashira, you have 2 to choose from, and
Yeah.
these are your options.
There's already too many Hashira as it is. There's some expendable ones there. There's some ones you could have used, especially if you wanted to add some gravitas to it and some emotional weight. It chose the wrong ones. I have no clue who these 2 are, but okay, I guess this sucks.
But this is part 1 of 3, right?
It is, yes.
And is the rumor true that the next movie is just going to be a season? It's just going to be the TV series?
I think they're all going to be 3 movies. I think they're getting,
Yeah.
because this had the budget is estimated to be between $70 and $100 million. So I mean, if you're on the high end, this had as big a budget as Into the Spider-Verse did, and Across the Spider-Verse did.
Really?
Yeah, you don't see the money on screen. That's for certain.
You don't see
I
it.
mean, man, there's
They
parts
all
of
like
the
the Channing
animation that
Tatum.
look much better than the Netflix show. But you don't see it to the quality of even a
K-pop Demon Hunters, which was made also by Sony.
And way better than this movie.
well.
Miles. Like, you might say K-pop Demon Hunter sucks, but that was a coherent plot. That was structured very
We
well.
go back to like what we would rate this movie because it's rated as a 96 on Rotten Tomatoes. So, would we give this movie a 60%? Because that's all it takes to be a certified fresh from a critic. So as long as everybody's giving it a 60%, that's how you get to a 96.
Well,
Exactly right.
Rotten Tomatoes is just like positive versus negative. So, and then it arranges it by critic. I mean, if I were to, like, we do the 7-star scale here, but if I'm a critic doing a 10-star, like 10-star scale, like I would for a Rotten Tomatoes, this like gets a 3 or a 4. Like it's at that lower end of mediocre where.
But there's a difference between that, because like, oh, you mean off a 10-star?
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought you were giving it off to 7. If you're giving it off to 7-star, a 3 is rotten, but a 4 is fresh.
Yeah.
So you would be like right in that middle, or even a 3.5 is rotten technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I could see someone giving it like 6 stars consistently, because I could understand 6 stars just for the animation and the action, but to not engage me at all, that's dropping like 2 stars. Like it's pretty, but it's nothing else. All the criticisms people had against something like Avengers Endgame, I feel like really belongs here. At least Endgame had like a complete structure and a plot in the beginning, middle, and end. Here's flashy special effects, and that's it. That's all you get.
I think the bar was lowered overall because in reading some of the Rotten Tomato critic reviews, a lot of them say the exact same criticism that we're giving. That like, hey, they kind of ruined their momentum. That this is
show a tomato next to it.
This is 6 episodes of television smashed together. Like there's definitely issues with like, oh, you're just kind of thrown into the deep end on this, but the animation is pretty and the action is good. Positive. Like, it's like...
Or it'll say, like, if you like the TV series, you'll like this movie.
Yep.
Positive. Like,
pretty much. It's just a season premiere on the big screen. That's all. It's like if The Boys took the first 3 episodes of the next season and had a theatrical release. That's the equivalent here. If you haven't seen the previous seasons, you're not going to care that much. And that's sort of how I feel towards Demon Slayer. It's been a while since we watched it. I don't remember shit. I don't remember what happened. As far as I'm concerned, I'm coming in fresh as a baby. Like, oh, you didn't even recap me. Well, I guess I'm lost here. Cool.
I just watched all the big fights, like, going into this, like, over the course of a week. So I watched the Spider Family arc. I watched the Entertainment District big fight, which basically is almost the entire Entertainment District arc. And I watched the Swordsmith Village big fight. So that's what I went into this with, and feel like that was enough to get the basic idea of kind of what was going on, what's happening. Demon Slayer has a very simple story overall, but because of that, like, they could really do with like it and sorry to use wrestling terms all the time, but if they book it the way that they did, like, looking in hindsight, they did not need 8 Hashira. They needed like 4. Like, you cut them in half or you kill off more of them.
Well, when you also like just like kind of disregard 2 of your main characters in a 3-hour movie. Like, again, like, Tanjiro's primary motivation is his sister. But then you just conveniently shove her aside and give her 5 minutes of screen time in this big, long-ass movie. That does become a problem. And Inosuke is kind of like your mascot of the show because he's the guy in the boar's head. So he's easily the one you remember, and he's on top of being part of the comic relief sidekick troop. And now you've completely disregarded him throughout part of it.
Well, not only that, you also forget about your main villain. The most Muzan Kabutsuji does in this is he's in this little flesh bubble and going, ha 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 ha, you'll never reach me. I'm the final boss of this level.
That's fair.
Oh my god, video game plot. Jesus.
Well, yeah, they are in Castlevania. It's really what it is.
It's Japanese Castlevania. That's exactly what it is.
They're going to hit a demon, and it's going to pop up with its name and a little number above it. It's just fully Symphony of the Night.
There's no room to get attached to anyone.
Can this really even be scored anything, though? Because can't we just give it an incomplete?
This is a movie that is attempting to stand alone. I would argue that this is a movie. This is trying to say it is a trilogy of movies, therefore you can judge the movies on their individual merits.
You can, but like, I don't think this movie knows it showed it didn't know how to stand alone, like Marlon was just said.
Yeah, it didn't know how to. It didn't movie. It did not know how to movie at all. I don't know how you consider this a movie. By the time the credits roll, I'm like, oh, it's over. I guess it's done. But they're still talking though. I'll just sit here and wait.
Yeah, but let's be nice. Let's be positive. We've gone 30 minutes shitting on this for a bit, which it deserves. But this is not Jujutsu Kaisen 0. I will say that much.
Yeah.
So what is good about this movie? What can you take away where it's like, oh, they learned something? And one of the things is they knew to go back to what worked. So you have like Tanjiro pulling a magical ability that he learned from his father off screen, similar to what happened with the Spider Family. You have a villain killing off a Hashira like they did in Mugen Train. You have a return to a lot of things that actively work.
Yes, but you okay?
I don't think they knew why it worked though. They just kind of threw it all together in the same
Well,
time.
Mugen Train, and again, Mugen Train centered around the Hashira that was sacrificed. Mugen Train, a large part of the movie centered around that character.
Yeah, we got to know Rengoku. We got to get attached to Rengoku and feel he was jolly. He was fun. I liked Rengoku. So it sucked when we lost him.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this bitch? I don't know. I don't care. You guys did it wrong.
But she's small, Marlon. She's trying to overcome her physical inability.
Yep.
Oh, she's
Her
dead.
sister even said, "You're going to lose.
You're going to
not
lose
losing.
because you are tiny." Joey, don't show that to be. Do not show that fight, because there were 3 specific instances, and this is where I know the movie is effective, because at Draft House you hardly ever see movies with a lot of kids in it unless you're going to like an actual kid showing, and Demon Slayer is definitely the one where I saw the most amount of like people with their parents, and yeah. Oh man, there were 2 there were 2 kids sitting like two seats away from me, and when Shinobu was killed and then like he's just like sitting and absorbing her, they looked upset. When Akaza got his face punched through, they were upset.
Oh.
Good.
Like,
what? Sorry, puppy.
It's fine.
Puppy's talking.
So if you have a rated R movie that like someone is bringing their parents to see, I kind of nod my head and go, maybe the kids are going to be all right, because we saw Terminator 2 when we were very young. And we turned out this way, so
I actually like the part of the Akaza story where like Muzan shows up and is like, oh, like, this is you? Like, I thought this was a demon. And then Akaza, of course, is in this fit of rage and wants to take him out. And he's like, dude, still a demon. Let me prove to how strong I am.
Punches him through the head.
Right through the face.
Do you agree to be a demon? Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. It's like suddenly this became invincible. Jesus. But yeah, overall the fights work, I think. I like Akaza's backstory, and I do want it re-edited to be interspersed during the fight. I think like the fan edits that you'll get for this movie are going to be better than the movie itself.
I don't need Akaza to be human.
It's what they do for every single demon, though. They always give you their backstory. I know,
but like that's what made him different. That's what, like, to me, like, make him different. Make him just this like rage, chaos wielding psychopath.
Yeah, and
make him the Joker. That's what I want.
In the anime fandom, it's called fight sexual, like where like you are actually asexual, but the actual thing that turns you on is just beating people up. Like Goku is a fight sexual. Like he does not have any feelings for male or female. He just wants to fight people. But I don't think
Goku, Vegeta.
Akaza works that way. I do like Akaza like having like redeeming qualities because at the end of the day, like he just wants a friend. He just wants a friend that he can fight with forever. It's like
But they always
no, it's like Doma's backstory as well. Like I actually like his backstory where it's like, oh yeah, my parents were con artists and like made me out to be like this messiah figure, and I didn't think I was the messiah ever, but hey, people worshipped me, so whatever.
like him. He's a prick.
And he just grew up feeding on people until he literally starts feeding on people.
I hope he stays evil.
I'm hoping Kokoshubo stays evil. He's the like 6-armed, 6-eyed like samurai guy. The when this guy does something, you know it's going to be good. He just stands around and everyone's scared of him.
I thought that was Muzan Kabutsuji is the one with 6 eyes.
No, the one with 6 eyes is Kokoshubo. He's upper 1.
God damn it. So
I don't. I basically numbers now.
This changes the rank. Yeah. So Akaza was number 4 then technically.
No, Akaza's 3.
No, but if you're counting Muzan Kabutsuji, he'd be 4.
No,
then you're saying
Muzan is above 1.
Yeah. So again, I'm reorganizing.
Yeah.
So like, don't say he's 0. Don't say he's above 1. He is 1.
Okay.
No, but
So
the moons themselves are like his lieutenants.
No, I get that.
Yeah. So you thought there were only 2 like high-level demons left, and then Muzan?
I thought it was going to be Goma, the dude in the beginning. It's Goma, right?
Doma, D-O-U-M-A.
And then, whatever. Cult guy.
Upper
Cult
2.
guys will
upper 2.
But yeah, like, because they said upper 2, so I thought it was just him and Muzan. So I thought the next movie would be they kill Doma. This is probably going to be the next movie, and then the third one will be they kill Muzan. Kabutsuji.
Yeah. Pretty much. So this one they fight 3, next one they're probably going to fight 2. And the last one is just one guy for 3 hours.
No. Because now that makes... Because now what we were talking about, where Inosuke and this little girl are going to fight Doma, beat him. And then the rest of the next movie will be them facing this 6-eyed demon. And then the last movie will be all of the... So, which completely, like, just renders Doma useless and not scary anymore.
Yeah, 1 second while I go.
It's scary for half a movie.
There was someone who actually gave like a decent breakdown. Okay, so movie 2 is going to be Kano and Inosuke against Doma, and then Kokoshibo is the 6-eyed guy against the Hashira. That is how it is said. And then it just
all of them.
And then it just says Muzan emerges, and then number 3 is the Hashira against Muzan. And spoiler.
Lord of the Rings, this is not. Well, hopefully what we'll say is the remaining Hashira versus Muzan. Because I mean, if all of them just come out unscathed against what we've learned to establish as like these ultra dangerous demons, then what the hell are we even doing here?
I don't even know anymore. My issue with this entire structure and these movies is they can't seem to just pick core characters to focus on. They kind of want everyone to have their time to shine, and it doesn't work for me. Like, I have to keep getting... I'm not attached to all of these people. There's too many characters. Pick your core, and then you get attached to them. I know about Anjiro and his sister. You got Inosuke, you got Zenitsu. That's the 4. Focus on those 4. Everybody else, they're kind of superfluous, unless they get the Rengoku treatment, and you get to know him for a full movie. Everyone else, they can die. I don't care.
Marlon, we want to be anime Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was a thing. We followed multiple characters. Can we all just be like that?
Yeah, but they were good at it.
Well, and not you're right. Like they don't take away from the storytelling. Like it's again, you can still use multiple characters. They're all still working towards the same event and the same at the same time. It's not
right. And they all had their own episodes and time to shine and their own story arcs. And this one, as soon as characters are introduced, that's when you get to know them in a brief amount of time. It feels like with the characters playing Domo in this movie, like here they are, here's their backstory, it's over. Like I need more than that. It's just not enough time.
Yeah.
Even Zenitsu I like because I knew him from the show. If I knew him from the movie, I get nothing. There's nothing there.
Yeah, and they try with Shinobu. They tried to give her like, oh, the villain is monologuing and I'm going to stab him in the fucking eye. Little thing.
That was cool.
Yeah.
It would have been cool if he doesn't immediately praise her. Like, you're so fast. Good job. By the way. Like,
pets her on the head.
Well, that's made to show menace. He's bringing back menace into
did he
this.
actually do that?
No, he kind of claps for her. He doesn't pat her on the head until like she's outright dead. Like,
until he's like, give me my absorb you hug.
Yeah. So obviously, let's put on our Sony executive pants, because this movie on a let's assume $100 million. It's more than likely closer to 70, but $100 million when you consider marketing, probably. And in the U.S. made $70 million, already made back more than its budget in Japan on its own. Done. Is there a property where you can beat this record that exists currently? Because this currently has the record for rated R animated feature. Chainsaw Man's not going to do it. Chainsaw Man is next month not going to do it.
What would have been its competition? Heavy Metal? Like, what other animated R-rated movie?
Previously, I think so. I think even Heavy Metal didn't make that much money in theaters. No. So I can't really think of what.
Nor would it be able
like
to.
This set
I think came out in like 1984.
Well, probably
maybe even earlier.
Honestly, probably the previous record holder for R-rated anime feature was Demon Slayer Mugen Train at like $32 million.
It's just Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is in a
just Demon Slayer all the way down, baby.
being all of its own.
Why was this rated R? Just violence?
Yeah.
Is that the only reason?
Straight up violence.
Just violence. Nothing else just the R rating.
There's definitely enough violence in it, and like upsetting violence, that I would give this an R rating. Like, I could not justify giving this a PG-13.
I probably could, but I mean, mostly because I see this as something for kids. But I get it.
I mean, not for
there's like there are parts that are unnerving. I mean, and you're talking to somebody that cried during Transformers the movie when he was however old. 8 years old.
It's kind of like the thing where I think the only thing that's keeping Avatar 2 away from an R rating is lack of blood. Because there are a lot of brutal kills in that movie as well. But James Cameron is very good at giving his movies a PG-13 rating.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then it's easy to just not show blood because it's optional. You can just not do it. This did the exact opposite, which makes it feel kind of edgelord. It feels like a PG-13 property that he added blood to enhance it, and that's
not just really an anime, but it's also basically a kung fu. And every kung fu movie has to have blood. From every 70s kung fu movie we watched, possibly growing up as kids. And that's what like kind of prepared me for this, because I'm like, I remember like the kung fu movies that we'd sometimes rent as kids. I'm like, they kill off everybody. Like there's no mercy, and then there's finally one hero at the end. Prepare for a whole lot of sad before you get the good.
But you can't even compare it to those kung fu movies. Like, you compare the action, but those movies had like an actual goal. Like, this guy killed my brother. I'm here for revenge. Blah blah blah. You had something to follow throughout the entire thing. Let's just fight. Yeah, fights. There's some fights.
Yeah. It's, at some point
it's
in
already assuming you're.
Yeah. Demon Slayer is
it's
unfortunately
assuming you
on
watched
like the
show.
Demon Slayer's on the Westworld trend where you had your very good season 1, and then it's just been downhill ever since.
No, Mugen Train. I'd say Mugen Train is as good as season
1.
Rui as a
I like
villain
the
is a
sword
lot
good.
better than like I make you go to
Even
sleep
that's
guy.
as good as one. Yeah. Mugen Train is the best constructed. Like in terms of structure, yeah, it's the best one. But it's still kind of Doddsville. Like it's very backloaded with the action. Like it's a very slow movie, and in the last 30 minutes is straight up action.
But like it's kind of like Star Wars and then Empire Strikes, where season 1 introduces you to the world, and then you get endeared to it because they tell a good story, just like kind of a cookie cutter story. Like, here's my motivation, here's why, here's the danger. But then Mugen Train is like Empire because you immediately raise the stakes by killing Rengoku at the end and realizing this isn't even the strongest demon that you're going to face. Like nowhere near in that. Whereas like again, and like Empire does the same thing where like it immediately raises the stakes. One, Luke cannot beat Darth Vader, and he learns that like this isn't as simple as like this is good versus bad. I'm your dad. So.
And now we have 3 Return of the Jedis in a row to sit for. So.
No, we have a whole bunch of, and then we have Force Awakens trying to rehash something. We get Last Jedi, coherent garbage, or not Last Jedi, Last Skywalker, or for whatever. Rise of Skywalker.
Don't give this the credit of saying the Last Jedi is similar to this. The Last Jedi is perfect.
Last Jedi is not perfect.
It's the best
Princess
of that
Leia
trilogy.
It is the best of that trilogy, but Princess Leia still flies through space. Come on, Ryan Johnson.
You dreamed that. It didn't happen in the movie.
Yeah, this one is very much Demon Slayer greatest hits, but you don't understand why it's the greatest hits.
Actually, no. Do you know what this show is, or this is, and what Demon Slayer's become? It's become The Mandalorian, where we just want fan service. It does kind of like steer into that. There's not as much creativity. It's just like we just want to give you cookie cutter what you want, and that does become a problem because it just becomes stale.
It is very stale. By the time we got to this guy's backstory at the end, like, I don't give a shit. I've seen this so many times. I'm not going to feel bad for him this time.
Yeah, and
he killed Rengoku.
It's pretty much the exact backstory of Gyotaro in the Entertainment District arc. I was poor, and I had to do bad things because of it. And then my life was terrible when it was kind of turning around. It's like, I've seen this before and better.
Where is dude with all the wives? Why he survived?
You see him. You see him in the movie.
Where?
Yeah, he's sitting with Rengoku's dad.
Yeah.
That lazy asshole. Get out of the Infinity Castle.
I know. I
was my favorite characters that Zenitsu just sidelined.
Yeah, when Rengoku's dad is like sitting with him, I'm like, oh, they're actually going to have him be in the Akaza fight, and that's going to actually be really cool when it happens. Then it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
If I like a character, they're not there. There's only Tanjiro you can handle.
But also the Sound Hashira is missing an arm, so he can't really fight all that well.
He can fight with one arm. He's got this. One arm, one eye. He's good.
But back to my original question: is there a property that is able to beat this R-rated anime feature? If you tried to get a lot of hype around a Spawn movie that was animated and gave it $100 million, does that have a $72 million opening weekend? If you have up until like the last arc of Invincible and then do the last arc in that as a movie, does that beat this? Like, what are we working with here?
You might. I mean, what's the one?
You really need a hell of a cast to do that. You need to do stunt casting like crazy.
What's the anime that Tom Brady wore a T-shirt for? One Piece.
One Piece has had its
Probably do.
movies out here, and they never do well. And I think it's because One
Really?
Piece has over 1,000 episodes, and no one wants to start One Piece.
Me included.
It's why I always threaten to
I'm
do
not
One
doing
Piece
that.
for Animesplaining. It's because we'll never leave.
But like, if you made suddenly like some Marvel property and just decided to make a Marvel property R-rated and animated it, like suddenly you bring in the Punisher and say it still ties into the MCU, you could probably make it work.
I don't think the
Or
Punisher
James
worked.
Gunn.
I don't think the Punisher being animated would like give you $100 million opening weekend. I think like the only one I can think of
Right.
that would do that you can like put an anime like team behind or a very good anime cast is probably like Blade or like your lesser kind of characters that exist in a more violent side of the comic fandom.
I was gonna say the Midnight Suns would do it. A Ghost Rider would do it by himself, but if you make it a Midnight Suns movie, then you might stand a decent chance.
That's true.
Like original Ghost Rider, Blade, and freaking Hannibal
I
King.
mean,
Not the video game
if you,
team. I mean, Suns,
Yeah.
no. Like, when that counts.
if you suddenly made a Peacemaker movie, I mean, it'd be weird because you'd suddenly make it animated. But if you
It'll
made
be
a
a step
Peacemaker
backwards.
movie that's already got a show behind it that some people are watching, that show does not have the traction. I doubt very highly, because I don't know for sure, but I doubt very highly that show has the traction that Demon Slayer does on Netflix.
I doubt it, yeah.
Yeah, Demon Slayer is it's kind of a perfect storm. It's also that it's the season premiere of a show that's already highly anticipated. It's not like a movie that comes out of nowhere to cash in or anything. This is like part of the lore, so people to understand the story, they have to come in.
Like
That's
if
a
Stranger
built-in
Things
audience that has to.
theaters, yeah.
Yeah, like if Stranger Things was released in theaters, that's the kind of thing we're talking about here. So that's Invincible stands the best chances. Because I don't see them animating The Boys, so it's not going to be that.
Well, they tried
It
to,
would
and it
have to
wasn't
be-
very good. They had that like anthology thing that they did.
Some of the episodes were good, but yeah, hit or miss that thing. But when it comes to like, it would have to be a well-known IP, and it'll probably, if it's Marvel or DC, it can't be a mainline character, so it can't be Spider-Man or somebody. Into the Spider-Verse worked because it was Miles Morales, so it's somebody new that they could just kind of mess around with and do whatever they want with the lore. If it's Peter Parker, no one would come because we already have 3 different Peter Parkers in live action. Why would we see an animated one? Miles Morales is at least new. So for DC, they could go to like say Animal Man or Swamp Thing or even Batman Beyond. Like Terry McGinnis is at least different enough they could do it with.
Yeah.
Well, it's also a whole new thing to make a character that's beloved that high, especially for some kids, and then you make it an R-rated movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to have
Because then you raise the barrier for entry.
Yeah, you need to have the R rating that also convinces parents like, "Oh, this will be fine." Like that's the
yeah, Demon Slayer really walks that fine line. Like it's clearly for kids. It just happens to have an R rating. Like no fully grown adult is just gonna walk in there by themselves and watch that unless they have a podcast that they have to do and do research for.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot my shot and just say that like if an executive gets behind Spawn and made a Spawn animated movie, even for like $50 to $70 million, I think that it would end up making money. I'm not sure if it would be record breaking.
I love Spawn,
but
I don't think
but I think
I don't think it'll be record breaking.
I think people are like want that like edgy 90s thing. They just don't want it in the like Zack Snyder format. And I think Spawn gives you that.
While I agree, Spawn would need a head start with like 4 seasons of an amazing record-breaking show that gets all the fans dressed up as him at conventions, and then for the final season, it's a premiere in a movie theater. And that's really what this has going for it.
We just answered it. What parent would bring their 10-year-old to Spawn?
I mean, we went to
Also
Spawn,
true.
but
We
that
keep going
was
back in
also
circles.
PG-13.
We went alone, yeah. Like no one brought us. We
Not
just
in the
went.
PG.
No, we went because Mom went and she saw Bridges of Madison County. If you remember, we had to wait
Oh,
like
that one we saw.
yeah.
I thought that was Power Rangers, but yeah, that did happen.
Well, Power Rangers is the perfect example. That show, that movie was in canon, but it found a way to be a standalone movie that you could watch without watching the show. So that's essentially what we need here. Like something you could watch without watching the show, but it still counts.
Now, alternatively, there is an anime that is being turned into a live-action movie that apparently has an actor attached to it. It has 2 actors attached to it now. I forget the guy. But there is a Gundam movie apparently in the works with Sydney Sweeney attached to it, as well as Benson something or other.
Damn it. I almost got excited.
Does that make $100 million?
I'll
I
believe
doubt
it when
it.
I see it, because I mean, again, everything when it's like in just speculative talks. Hey, we have a script. Jack shit.
We got this Bioshock movie coming out like 10 years ago. Still in development hell.
Now, here's one. K-pop Demon Hunters gets an R rating. It makes all the money.
It's not gaining an R rating. That is the PGest of PG movies. No, and that's why I say, like, probably your best chance overall is Invincible, but I don't know. I think you could get enough hype behind Spawn to, like, perhaps do something, like, productive. But I think the true best bet that I would do is give Spawn $50 million and then just make my money back.
Spawn wants to get kids to like Spawn.
Spawn could make
fantastic
with 50 million. Spawn's tough. Spawn's really tough because I mean their material is heavy,
freaking rough.
Yeah.
As an adult in his late 30s, it's friggin' rough. I'm not getting a kid to friggin' watch.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You're talking to somebody that watches it at least once all over again.
Yeah, it just
it's like the first season is so good. But seasons 2 and season 3 get pretty dull, but season 1 is really good.
Killer.
If we're going with another image, no, you couldn't do enough with the Darkness or Witchblade. Like, they already tried a Witchblade anime, and it's not very good.
Yeah. And no one's gonna see Savage Dragon but me. Alone Savage Dragon, man.
But yeah, just drop the current Blade movie, Marvel, and just switch to an animated and make money. I feel like that's...
Yeah.
I think live action Blade, we already have the perfect one, and you're not going to do better, so might as well not even try.
I guess, but the other thing of movies like that, I feel like it would have to come down to word of mouth. It would have to be movies that are so good that they just get really strong legs because people keep saying, "Hey, you got to see this new Blade movie" or something.
Especially with R-rated movies, yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, like Demon Slayer.
M. Night Shyamalan makes The Last Airbender the animated version he always wanted.
Well, I think we're getting a Last Airbender movie again, at some point, just with a different director and following the show more.
I would assume a different director, other than the one that a lot of people praise.
Let's make this trash again.
Animated this time, right? Because there's 2 different live action ones, by my recollection. Return of Last Airbender.
I don't know. Movies are hard.
They just keep. I guess.
Yeah.
You'd think so, but then this made $70 million, so I don't know anymore. Up and down, black and white. I can't predict anything anymore.
This is already an existing property that people follow. That's why we make sequels all the time, because same reason. An existing property that people already follow. So it's usually a safe bet.
Yeah.
The risk is that, like,
Abby.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this and Downton Abbey coming out in the same weekend and making a shitload of money. This sets the precedent for like future shows just premiering in theaters. Like this this could be the standard that this sets. Like the final season of blah 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 is coming. Better come to theaters to watch it.
Oh yeah, the main story that I saw coming out of this weekend with Demon Slayer was Hollywood is going to take the exact wrong lessons from Demon Slayer doing well.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Oh, 100%. The Boys is coming out in theaters. Is what we're gonna get from this.
Well, I would be fine if like the first 2 episodes of The Boys shows in theaters for a weekend. Like I'll go see that. Hell, if they held back on Alien Earth's like final 2 episodes and said we're just releasing this as a movie, I'd go see it on a big screen. Fuck it.
See, that's a good idea, and that's the problem. It makes sense. It's a good idea. And they're absolutely going to do that. Like, what if we just make the last season of Alien Earth just a movie? Let's just make a movie. Yeah, I'll fucking watch that. That sounds cool.
No, just the last 2 episodes, so it just ends.
Cool
it ends unless you go to a movie theater.
God damn it. It would work for Alien Earth. It would work for Peacemaker. It would work for a lot of shows that I enjoy. Stranger Things, that would work on me if Stranger Things did that. It absolutely would work on me. So, no, that is the precedent that, unfortunately, Demon Slayer has set.
Well, the other precedent that's set is now, like, for absolutely every single anime, they're going to try to release, like, a movie version over here. So, I think that you'll probably, like... Already the My Hero Academia movies have been getting full releases, and they just haven't been doing well. Dragon Ball Z has its movies getting full releases, and they don't do very well. Things like that. Like, normally they're like these one-off events, but I think because of this, what you're going to get is like, oh, Solo Leveling. Can you give us a movie? Freyrin, can you give us a movie? Like Kaiju number 8. Let's just make your final arc a movie, and that's just going to be the thing that we do.
Yeah, because it's already animated. You already made the season. Like, you're not losing anything of a theatrical release. You're making more money.
No,
you would have releasing it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, and I just want the product to be better. I don't want this as simple as we took 6 episodes of the final season and just slammed them together without credits, and here you go. Like, that's the main thing that disappoints me about this Demon Slayer movie, is they obviously are competent. They've made a good movie before, and then just decided not to. Because, whatever, we turned Mugen Train into a terrible 6-episode season, and it didn't work because of the way it was formatted. So obviously the lesson we have there is that we need to make this so it turns into episodes better rather than it be a movie better.
Yep.
But it has its widest reach it's ever had, though. That's like, I get it that we want it to be better, but at the same time, they've reached more people than probably any anime ever previous, right?
I understand that.
I think they reached the same people. I think it's just the fan base that saw this.
Yeah.
I think it's the huge fan base and nobody else.
Joey, it is that thinking that is the, like, oh, I understand that WWE might be bad, but at least they're making all this money. It's like, what do you care? You're a wrestling fan.
They already have your money. They already have your attention.
All I care is that the executives are taking that Saudi money and WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, baby. Who cares about Minnesota? Go fuck yourselves.
Gotta stop watching WWE.
They're going to Minnesota for SummerSlam.
They are abusing that money.
They are.
So anyway.
Hey, you want to bring your family to a destination? Try. Tony. Joe, bring your wives and your daughters. Marlon, bring your girlfriend. I'm sure they'll enjoy it. That's...
So, as we know, on here we do the 7-star scale that I so nicely stole from Super Eye Patch Wolf, where 1 is completely insulting to my intelligence. It is a 7-star scale. 2 is bad but with good qualities. 3 is I did not feel robbed. 4 is like good, but there's something bad about it that just like nags in the back of your head enough that it like tears it down. 5 is good for the genre. 6 is exemplary for the genre. And 7 is so good it has redefined what good is. Marlon, what do you give Demon Slayer Infinity Castle?
2. I cannot give it a 3. How did you describe 3 again? Like
3, I did not feel robbed.
I felt robbed. I fell asleep the first time. I thought, okay, maybe I'm just tired. Maybe it's because I just came from the gym. Maybe I just like, nope, I'm going back again. It would knock me out again and again. Like, holy shit, this is boring. I wake up, it's a fight, and then I'm bored again. It's absolutely robbed me. The good qualities were the fights, and it ends there. I don't give a shit beyond that.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little more positive. I give this a 3. I cannot give this a 4. I cannot say this was good when it is formatted so amateur hour. I had, like, back when I was just after undergrad, I graded the basic skills writing test for Alaska and I believe, like, Ohio. And part of what is deemed as, like, a passing paper is having an understandable through line through your little essay that you're writing. And in a lot of cases, like, rudimentary writing style is like, this happened, then this happened, then this happened, while exemplary writing is this happened, and this happened, and this is why there's, like, a through line throughout, and you're able to connect ideas between each other and have an overall coherent story. And this is that amateur hour, like, basic product that you're giving me, and that's how I feel about this. So, Joey, what is your score?
Ranting at me.
I will give it the highest. I'll go 3.5 with an asterisk that you can raise it or lower the next 2 movies. Because, like we said, this wasn't a movie. This was episodes just jumbled together, put in a movie theater. So I grade it more like a TV show. I'd actually say 3.5. Just because there are obviously problems. We've talked about. Marlon and I fell asleep. But from what I saw, like, there were times where I'm like, I really like this. Like that Zenitsu story. Like even the grandpa telling him that how proud he was. Like that was a good emotional moment. Like that resonated with me. Like
that did nothing for me.
Really? Oh, see that one I'm like, okay, that one, like, I can empathize with. Like, I'm there. Like, I get that one. Or the fights were like I can, at least the first 2, I'm like, okay, and they raised the stakes, which we've asked them to do in the beginning, even though it was by killing a nobody. I shouldn't say a nobody, but killing a very, very
It's a shinobody.
Shinobu.
Shinobody.
We killed that broad from season 1. Feel bad. I don't know who this is.
The parts I also don't like. I don't like Akaza. Like, again, like finally, like, this is the first time we believe, like, the family tried to contact you, and it finally took beheading you to, like, try to get you to release this rage when you've been alive. But we can't take you with you.
Yeah, freaking asshole.
We forgive you. Like, dude. Like, why don't you take me with you if you forgive me?
Well, actually, no. In the comic, they explain it. Like, his family goes to hell with him to be with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they show him being engulfed in fire, and you very clearly see, like, the silhouettes of, like, his girlfriend, his master, and his dad, like, all in fire with him. So it's like they actively chose to go to hell with him because it's better to be together.
That would have been so endearing.
I was gonna say that would have been better in the movie.
This Demon Slayer over-explains to you absolutely everything except this. this is where it needs subtlety, apparently.
Like, because that just makes you feel sad for everybody. It makes their story more tragic. It makes Akaza that much more. Like, they sacrificed you dick.
Like, maybe not want Tenjiro to kill him. Make me feel bad when Tenjiro kills him. Instead of like, nah, we want you to feel gratified and then feel bad after. Rude.
Plus the whole thing of like, oh, well, he can just regenerate himself, but I choose not to. Dumb.
All right, I'll die just this once.
Yes, I'm going to hell. I'll just take my medicine.
Dumb.
Well, everyone knows in that famous Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar match where Brock Lesnar doesn't necessarily beat him. Like Undertaker just punches himself in the stomach. It's like, oh, I guess I'm going out.
Which one is that one?
It chokes
It doesn't happen because it's stupid.
Oh.
Which
Okay.
I willfully eliminate myself.
I wish that was how his career ended. Cody, I could beat me.
Well, there was
down in tombstones and stuff.
because there is the Undertaker Lesnar match that does kind of end when Taker comes back, where he puts Lesnar in the Hell's Gate, and Lesnar's just like, "F you, Taker."
That was great. Top 5 Lesnar moment.
Yep, so we are now done with Demon Slayer until the next movie comes out next year. So in the meantime, we do have other things. So for next month, we have another 13 episodes. Joey, you have more because you only watched like episode 7. We have up to episode 26 of Full Metal Alchemist 2003 that we need to sail the high seas for. And then probably as a bonus episode, Marla and I will see the Chainsaw Man movie. Joy, you are not required to see the Chainsaw Man movie, but if you do want to see it, you should watch the rest of season 1 because this is in continuity. Like this is the Mugen Train of Chainsaw Man.
Better than this.
It's not Jujutsu Kaisen.
Did you get the Chainsaw Man trailer before Demon Slayer? Okay.
Look, it's freaking rad. He gets a love interest. I feel so good for him. It's gonna end terribly.
Fighting the bomb devil.
Yeah. But his life sucks. It's gonna be great.
Yep, but otherwise this has been Animesplaining. On this channel, we have a couple things that we do. I do late night Dark Souls when I feel like it. Dark Souls is one of those games that I need to like hype myself up to actually play. So I haven't played for the past couple weeks, but I will probably try to play this week. On Sundays, we do play Final Fantasy VII Remake. We are about halfway through. We met a kid dressed as a Moogle, and we heard the same song loop many times last week. So
I should have tried to jump into your Twitch stream while I was at the movie. I was sitting in the back of the side. Nobody would have saw.
You very well could have.
You wouldn't have missed a thing either.
But yeah, otherwise we do Animesplaining monthly. We just have movies coming out, so we're doing 2 next month with both Chainsaw Man and Full Metal Alchemist, and we'll stick with Full Metal Alchemist until we're done, which would probably be, I believe, in probably December is when we'll be done with that, and then we get to move on to other things. Probably like something short, just because I'm not moving directly into Neon Genesis Evangelion right after we spent four months on the exact same anime. That feels like torture to me.
Yeah, that's British bastard.
No. That's more torture. We'll do Queen's Blade. How about that? So we'll do another like this is the pervy side of anime. Or maybe we should do Golden Boy, because Golden Boy only has like 6 episodes. I'll keep that in my back pocket.
I have Wicked City in my back pocket. Let's watch some real anime.
No, that's for Ninja Scroll, because Ninja Scroll is like if Wicked City was good.
It's summarized.
Actually, yeah, we'll probably watch Ninja Scroll after just show Joey some of that gritty 90s garbage.
Yeah. Show him the anime we have to hide from our parents. That's the good anime. That's where the good shit is.
But anyway, that is it for this week. We will move on down the shores, and we will see you next month with Full Metal Alchemist. Or if you want to join in, it would be for Late Night Dark Souls on Saturday and Final Fantasy VII on Sunday. So with that, goodbye from all of us, and we will see you next month.